Temple struggled in week 11, facing their toughest opponent yet since week 4 versus Virginia Tech. They were completely shut out, 0 points scored versus Tulane, and not even that, they also had 0 third down conversions. They went 0 for 6. The offense struggled and the defense couldn't stop Tulane from a couple scoring drives. Forrest Brock went back to his old ways, turning the ball over 4 times with 2 interceptions and 2 fumbles. Quarterback controversy is back on the menu. We'll see if Temple can recover in week 12 as they take on the 5-3 Florida Atlantic Owls. It'll be owl versus owl in week 12. Let's see how it goes. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Temple Owls Dynasty here on College Football 25. Happy to be back with you. We are in for a treat in week 12. We have Owls versus Owls. An exciting game and an exciting conference game as 2 3-2 teams in conference are going to battle it out. Before we get into the game though, let's take a look at recruiting and go through anything else we need to before the game. 2 big updates for recruiting. The first one, unfortunately, Clint McBriar has committed verbally to Pittsburgh. We kind of saw this one coming, but it is unfortunate. He was high on our board, and he's a guy that we did want to have. We just kind of knew this was going to happen. So with him gone, we're definitely happy to have McTyer on the board. We were looking to get at least 1 guard, and we do have that with McTyer. It'd be nice to have more than 1 and maybe a tackle or 2, but with McTyer, I at least feel okay we have someone. In better news, running back George Tam has committed to Temple, our 3rd recruit, and one that we snuck out under the nose of Pittsburgh. I guess I was looking back at an older video and they did have an offer sent out to Tam. So I'm not sure if they just took it away or what happened, but that was all it took for us to be able to sneak in and get him committed to Temple. He's an exciting back I'm glad to have on the team with 90 speed, 91 acceleration, and some mid-70s catching and short route. I think he'll be a great receiving back. And something that we really are using with Joquez Smith right now, maybe we can have eventually, it'll probably be when Joquez Smith is gone, but maybe we focus on having 2 backs, one sort of between the tackles and him sort of outside the tackles, running those flare routes and screen passes and things like that. And so taking a look at the rest of our recruits, Bradley Chris is just about to sign with a team. It's very close, coming to the end here, but there's not a ton we can do, and we've dropped into 3rd place. It looks like he probably will end up at Rutgers. And as we strike out on quarterback again, we're starting to think maybe we should have put some points into some other quarterbacks instead of just going all for Bradley Chris. But, you know, we do have 5 quarterbacks on the roster, 2 of them red shirts. We do have Tyler Douglas, a freshman, and it's looking like it's probably going to be the Forrest Brock or Evan Simon show again next year. And then from there, you see maybe you can get another recruit in the next class, or one of these guys will have to step up. So that's just something to think about moving forward. But let's take a look at our board. We've got Devion Peel, who's very, very close. He is visiting this week. So, I mean, I'm assuming if things go well, he will definitely commit. And even if they don't, there's a chance he just commits. So that'll be good to have a safety and somebody who can slot in at strong safety, most likely, depending on if the position switch goes well. Over the last week, we saw Kevin Allen bump back into 1st place for Temple, and it's a close race right now with UMass and Syracuse coming in as well. We do have a week 12 visit for Kevin Allen as well, and that one we're going to rely on hopefully securing a victory and giving a big boost to Kevin Allen. Put a few more points into Nick Feeney last week, and we're very far out ahead. So hopefully we can secure a good kicker with Trujillo, who's been not good, leaving us. We are the only school to offer Nick Feeney a scholarship, so that is definitely boosting us. We're currently in 1st for Sony Savoy as well, the receiving back, but with George Tam on the board, I'm not so sure we really need another receiving back. I think we'll keep the points we have in him for now, but if we lost him, I wouldn't be too upset. Same goes for Nathan Latimer. He's a power back, so maybe I'm more interested, but he's very interested in Navy, and he's got a visit on the board there. We are in 1st for Robbie Mauch, and I do want to keep putting points into him. I'm debating maybe even just putting the full 50 into him, especially with Bradley Chris probably coming off the board here next week. I think he's a receiver we want to add. He's got a good skill set, and I think let's go ahead and do that. Or we could schedule a visit. That might make more sense. There's nobody that has scheduled a visit on the board. I think it makes sense. Let's go ahead and schedule a visit. Week 14 is 2 weeks away, and he shouldn't have a decision by then. So I think that's a good use of our points. We'll keep the 30 we have. We could even add 10 more, go up to 40. Let's do that. So really investing into Mach here. Looking at the rest of our board, we have Tony Fritz here. We are in first. I kind of want to invest a little bit more. We have 10. I think we'll add the 25 points, contact family and friends. And we can't schedule a visit yet because he's in top 8 only, but I think that'll boost us for sure into the top 5. I mean, we'll definitely be top 5, but hopefully even top 3 then. There are Rutgers and Virginia Tech who have offered to him, but I'm really hoping to get a tackle. We have a guard, and adding a tackle would make me feel better about this class. Our line has been a little shaky this year, and bolstering that would be good. So we have 50 hours left. I really would like to get another cornerback. I know we have one coming in, and we haven't even scouted some of these guys. So let's look at Ted Cummins. He's a zone tendency corner. Unfortunately, this does take up a lot of our hours, but I do want to scout them. I may stop here, and man, those coverages aren't great. The speed is good. The 73 zone coverage is actually okay. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and offer him the scholarship, and we'll do search social media. You know, I wanted to do 10 more, but we would have ran out of hours, and that speed is looking like it's at least in the high 80s, plus 73 zone coverage. The 60 man coverage is bad, but you know, we'll do what we can. So that's going to do it for scouting. We do have 7 open spots on our board. It's just really hard to be able to find guys that are still decent, actually scout them, and then have the points to put into them when we're having these battles right now. I think what I'm going to do is probably just fill out the board with like 1 and 2 star guys, and maybe just start throwing scholarships at people just so we get some guys. But I don't want to do that too much and then run out of scholarships. So I guess it's a balancing act. So that's all for recruiting. Let's take a look at our Florida Atlantic Owls roster. We've got a couple guys in the mid to high 70s, but other than that, they match up pretty similarly in overalls to us. Their quarterback is Cameron Fancher. He's a field general quarterback, 78 overall, nothing too crazy. Running back, kind of similar to ours, where they don't have a standout overall guy at least. George Johnson is going to be leading the way, and then they have Mobley as well, who's a similar profile, so he may be seeing the field a bit. At wide receiver, again, similar to us, no real standouts, but Marlon Johnson is their number 1 receiver. And their number 1 player in terms of overall is Day-Day Hill, another good cornerback going up against us. And just as a reminder, we only have 3 games left in this season. We have 2 more home games, and then we're away in Texas at UTSA. We do need 1 more win to be bowl eligible. Hopefully we can get more than that, but there's some tough games coming up. This is a big one here. So let's get into it. It's the Owl Bowl. And here we are at Lincoln Financial Field. It is time for some Temple football, and Temple coming out trying to secure their 6th victory of the season. They will kick to start. Here we go, Trujillo to kick, and we are underway in Philadelphia. Kick is returned and going nowhere up to the 12. That's where Florida Atlantic will start. So I can't really call the teams Owls today. It'll be confusing. Probably going to do it anyway. And here's Florida Atlantic to start play action on 1st and 10, and he's running. He'll get 2 yards. So although he's a field general archetype, he does have a bit of speed. We may see him scramble a little bit today. Now 2nd and 8. Hand it off this time. Just 2 more. So now 3rd and 6, and Temple with a chance to start strong with 3 and out. Back to pass again. Trey Thomas, it's a fumble in the end zone. It's picked up, and they get it up to the 1 yard line. Unbelievable. I don't know how he did not fall on the ball in the end zone or how it wasn't a safety. That is craziness. So a beautiful play by Trey Thompson, a crazy event there, and Lupo's going to punt this one away. Wow, I don't know why they didn't go towards the punter there, but this is going to be great field position for Temple as Wright shakes off one, goes out of bounds at the 40. So here comes Forrest Brock. He is coming out after a rough game last week versus Tulane, hoping to turn things around here. Temple defense off to a great start. See if the offense can pick them up and score. 1st and 10. And Smith hammered down. No gain. Joquez Smith having trouble getting running lanes the last couple games, and now it's 2nd and 10. They'll pass this time. The screen to get it in his hands. No blocking. 3rd and 9. Not exactly the start you want with the good field position. It's now 3rd and 9. Back to pass. Throwing to the sideline. Nowhere near him. Incomplete. And they're forced to punt. A 3 and out. They got 1 yard. So here's the punt. Angled towards the sideline. It's a pretty good punt. Out at the 10. So a nice punt. Pins him deep, but unfortunately they couldn't get much going at all. And the Owls will take over. It's time running. Can't seal the edge. Just a yard for George Johnson. So 2nd and 9 for Florida Atlantic. Man in motion. Coming across. Hands it back to Johnson. And going nowhere. Good start for Temple D. It's 3rd and 7. They fumbled on the last 3rd down. Let's see what happens here on 3rd and 7. Passing. Got time. And slings it, but short. 4th and inches. You got a punt. Offense is struggling here early. Florida Atlantic will kick it away. It goes to right, and he's taken down immediately at the 36. So here comes Forrest Brock and the Owls coming out. Let's see if they can have a better drive here. Going deep, he got hit, and it's broken up. That was double coverage. Dante Gray had a step, but he got hit as he threw, and the ball did not make it there, so it's 2nd and 10. On 2nd and 10. Man, the blocking has been atrocious today. 3rd and 11. Run blocking and pass blocking struggling here today. It's 3rd and long. Check down. 2 yards and another 3 and out. So a defensive battle here in Pennsylvania today as it's 0-0 and Florida Atlantic takes over. No gain. No running room today. Now 2nd and 10 as the clock is ticking towards the end of the 1st quarter. And still going nowhere. A couple yards, but 3rd and 7. Just 5 carries for 8 yards for George Johnston. And this may end the 1st quarter, and it looks like they do get a playoff. And Randall gets through for the sack. It's 4th and 15, and they'll be punting yet again. So that's the end of the 1st quarter, and look at the yardage. Oh my lord. So I guess the first team to get a 1st down wins the game. But Forrest Brock coming back out. Let's see what he can do. Throws it to Smith. Nice spin move. 9 yards, actually falls forward for about 11. That's a 1st down. 11 yards there for Joquez Smith and a nice play. That's a good confidence booster to get things going. 2nd down, or actually 1st down now. As they hand it off to Smith. And going nowhere. 2 yards. 2nd and 8 now. Still no running room. As they throw it to Smith, he breaks a tackle. He breaks another tackle. What a play up to the 34. And that's Joquez Smith for you. He is a skillful player. So they're chaining together multiple 1st downs as Temple up to the 34. It's 1st and 10. Hand it off. What a juke. That's EJ Wilson this time up to the 20. Nice gain. So now Temple driving. This is looking a lot better. It's 1st and 10. We're in the red zone. The swing pass to Smith. Loses a yard. Couldn't get the block. So it's 2nd and 11 now. For Temple. They'll hand off. He cuts back. Joquez Smith falling forward up to the 10, and it's 3rd and 1. So a nice drive here. Let's see if they can convert and cap it off with a touchdown. Hand it off to Smith. Juking. I think he's got it. He does. Up to the 8. 1st and goal. The running game finally picking up here for Temple. As they have it inside the 10. Throws it. Adams spins up to the 3. Nice drive here. Good job by Brock to find the open man. And now inside The 3. Let's see what they do here. Brock hands it. Smith, touchdown, untouched. He's in. And Temple's on the board first. Really nice drive there by Forrest Brock as Florida Atlantic takes over. Really, Forrest Brock and the whole offense did a nice job there. And now they will throw the quick pass to the outside. First down, Florida Atlantic. And believe it or not, we're at the 2-minute warning already. Florida Atlantic needs to get something going here if they want to score this half. Pressure is through. He's got it and steps out just for 1 yard. George Johnson having a tough game. That was actually a rush. 2nd and 9. There's an open pass over the middle. First down. Now they will run the hurry up. So 1st and 10. Minute 42 left. Back to pass. He's got time and caught for a couple yards. Still 3 timeouts for Florida Atlantic. Plenty of time. As the pressure gets to him, but he is able to throw it away. Trey Thomas in on that one. And it's now 3rd and 4. Let's see what they can do here. 3rd down. Pressure's coming. He's hit again. And it's incomplete. So they will have to punt it away, and that'll give Temple another chance. That would have been another running into the kicker. So angles out of bounds at the 16. So here we go. Temple and the 2-minute drill. Let's see what they've got. Throws it. Clark checks back in and gets the catch. Well done there. And Temple's moving up the field, up to the 36. And 1st and 10. Can't find anyone. Throws it, and Clark. Ooh, that was almost picked. So a little bit of a dicey play there. No one was open, and now 2nd and 10. And wide open, a broken play. That's Dante Wright. And he is going to dance his way in for 6. Touchdown, Temple. Well, I have no idea what happened there. Just a miscommunication by Florida Atlantic. And that's a huge play for Temple to go up by 2 scores in the first half. So here we go. Florida Atlantic, another chance to get some points on the board, but the Temple defense has been strong. And guns it downfield, but it's broken up. Nice play there. I think that was Keaton in on that one. All right, 2nd and 10. Don't want to throw 3 incomplete passes quickly if you're Florida Atlantic. And they got pressure, and down he goes. Trey Thomas was in on the pressure, and that was big Alan Hay up front with the sack. So now 35 seconds. Are they going to snap it? And Temple's actually going to call a timeout here. I think there's enough time. It's 3rd and long. And if you're Temple, you want to get the ball back and maybe get a chance to score again. 3rd and 12. We'll see what the Owls do. They're just going to hand it off up the middle. And falls down. 4th and 2. Timeout, Temple. So their punter working overtime here today. Not going to be a lot of time, but maybe you get a return from Dante Wright. There would have been another running into the punter, the 3rd of the day. Dante Wright brings it to the 29. But here we go. 17 seconds left. You don't need to force anything. Only 1 timeout for Temple is the downside. Going deep. It's picked off. That's absolutely what you do not want. And returnable, and he's taking it all the way. No, he's not. He's knocked out of bounds. Horrible decision making there. Oh boy, you could just kneel there and it's 14-0, but now you can run 1 play or 2 play, probably just 1 play for Florida Atlantic, and kick a field goal. And they will connect outside. He gets out of bounds up to the 25. That should be enough room to kick. More questionable decision making by Forrest Brock. And with 4 seconds left, they will kick. It's up and straight through. 14-3 at half. Should have been 14-0. So, good half for Temple. Forrest Brock letting the defense down. Their shutout goes down. But they will come out with a 2-score lead. as Irvin takes up to the 21. Now it's all about controlling the game. Temple didn't do a good job of that versus East Carolina. They really should have won that game. And they'll start off on the ground. What a spin move! Joquez Smith gets about 15 extra yards. That was incredible. Finally breaks a big run. So a nice move by Smith. Wilson will check in here. And he gets just 2 yards. Smith checks back in. And 2nd and 8. Back to pass this time. On the screen. But no blocking. They've been struggling with that. And it'll be 3rd and 10. So 3rd and 10. Back to pass. He's going for it all. And it's broken up. Single coverage on the outside by Dante Wright. I don't blame him. But they're going to be 3 and out. Well, not 3 and out, but they're punting. Punt is away. It's a pretty good one. And it's fair caught at the 16. Nice flip of the field. So here comes Florida Atlantic. 3 points in the first half. See what they can do here as the pressure gets there. And he goes down. Latrell Jean in on the sack. This is great to see. Temple finally getting some pressure and a lot of it here today. 2nd and 15, they're back to pass again, and more pressure. Look out! That's a safety. I'm not sure what he's doing, but Cameron Stewart gets in there and gets the sack in the back of the end zone. So questionable decision making by the quarterbacks on both sides. Now here comes Temple off the punt. As Collins will take it up to the 27. All right, 1st and 10, Temple. Smith, nowhere to go. Brought down. So 2nd and 13 now. Temple's got a 13-point lead. They're going to pass. Throws it over the middle. Actually, to the outside. I always say that. That's Baines this time. 1st down. Baines isn't really a guy that's getting a lot of volume, but he does make some important catches for the team as he brings that one in. And, oh, dear Lord, it's picked off, and that one is going to the house. And that is your star cornerback, Day-Day Hill. I don't know what Forrest Brock is thinking. It's another interception, leading to points. Now he's running into the kicker again. So 10 points, all because of Forrest Brock. And now Florida Atlantic back in this game. Just too many mistakes leading to points as Collins will return. He breaks to the outside. Nice return here. It's up to the 26 though. And Evan Simon has come out. Forrest Brock being put on the bench. Just too many turnovers. He'll hand it off, and that's Smith. 9 yards. Nice play. 2nd and 1. RPO. This one goes out to Adams. Good decision, and he gets the 1st down. So the quarterback carousel continues. I don't know if it's a carousel. It's really just back and forth. As they'll run it here on 1st and 10. Smith gets about 3 yards, but he is down and shaken up on the play. That is not what you want to see. So we'll hope he is okay as EJ Wilson checks in. 2nd and 6. Running again, this time only 2 yards, and it's 3rd and 4. 3rd and 4, and now it's the 4th running back, Cruz, checking in. And they go to him. And he gets the 1st down. Good running there. Joquez Smith has bruised ribs and he'll return soon. I think we're going to substitute EJ Wilson and let him come back when he's ready. EJ Wilson, I trust him. I think he's a good running back. Simon changing the play at the line here. Big pressure. He goes deep. It's caught. And it's Dante Wright again. What a play, what a route, and just pure speed gets the touchdown. So now you go for 2, but Dante Wright having a huge game here. And the direct snap, that's Joquez Smith back in the game, but he goes down. So, wow, Simon comes in. And a really nice drive as they are brought down at the 1 yard line. Almost another safety. Trey Thomas in on the pressure. And this offensive line is just struggling today. That's another sack for Trey Thomas. second of the day. And now they're backed up against the wall. 2nd and 20. They're going to hand it off, and he's got some room up to the 5. 3rd and 17. They've just got the goal line package coming in here. And they'll let the clock run down into the 4th quarter. They come back out. Same formation. Looks like they're probably running it here. And they are running it. He breaks a couple tackles, but really going nowhere. They're going to have to punt. And they're going for it. I'm really not sure what Florida Atlantic is doing here. I mean, I understand you're down by 12. You need to go for it maybe, but you're on your own 9-yard line. So they are going for it, and they throw it, and it's tipped. Probably good thing it wasn't picked. It's knocked down, and now you're in the red zone. I don't know what's going on here. So very questionable decision making. If you're going to go for it, I'm not sure why you ran for it with a goal line look from the 5 on 2nd down. But anyway, Evan Simon and the Owls take over, and Joquez Smith, touchdown, 1 play, he's in, and that'll end the game more than likely. So the Owls coming back out, their defense, or their offense has looked pitiful today, and man, this Temple team is looking great as they will complete it over the middle. That's a 1st down. I think this has been Temple's most complete game, offense and defense. Really, the only scores were the pick 6 and the pick leading to a field goal at the end of the 1st half. It could very easily be 29-0 right now. The defense has got 6 sacks. I think that's more than they have this season. As they run on 1st and 10. And it's just a 5-yard gain. George Johnson, 8 for 24 today. But really, this Temple offense and defense looking great today. They've had no special teams touchdowns. They've had no defensive touchdowns. It's been a complete game as Trey Thomas is in for his 3rd sack of the game. And they're going to go for it again. Oh, I'm sorry. It's 3rd down. Of course they'll go for it. Trey Thomas having a huge game, though. Now 3rd and 15. It's caught, and they will convert. Over midfield up to the 43. It's a nice play there by the Owls. The Florida Atlantic version. And they'll get a new set of downs. Man coming across. Back on the ground. Good running room this time. 1st down. So Florida Atlantic starting to drive a little bit here, but there's only 4 minutes left in the ball game and 19-point discrepancy here. It's going to be tough to come back. Good blocking this time. He's got forever. And what a terrible throw. Morton, he's got it, and he's going to try to take it to the house inside the 40, 30, 20. He's going to take it all the way for the score. Javier Morton. I think they need to switch quarterbacks too. Yikes. I mean, really good coverage downfield. They had forever, but no one was open. But what is this throw? I mean, what the heck is that? So Fancher coming back out after that awful throw. It's a 26-point lead now. And we'll see if the Owls can do anything. This has just been an insane game by Temple. Across the board, playing excellent. And just shutting down Florida Atlantic as he drops it on 2nd and 6. It'll be 3rd and 6. Like I said, this is the most complete game. I mean, the game versus Oklahoma was obviously an incredible win, but that was capped off by all those defensive touchdowns. This game has just been an absolute masterclass on offense and defense. I mean, really, the Forrest Brock interceptions are the only downside to this game. Evan Simon has come in and played well, hasn't had to do too much, as they will drop it on 4th down and turn it over again. Joquez Smith probably shouldn't see the field anymore, as they'll hand off on 1st down. And Wilson, just 2 yards. And that'll bring us to the 2-minute warning. Temple fans are loving this. 2nd and 8, man in motion. That's Adams. He's going to get the touch pass. And to the outside, he's got room, and he is just going to walk in. Touchdown, Temple. And hey, that bolsters Evan Simon's stats, as the kick is up and good. 43-10. So what a turnaround from the Tulane game, getting shut out, 0 points, and to put up 43 here at home. It's just incredible as they'll throw it to the outside. Gets about 6. This has to be one of the biggest week-to-week turnarounds I've ever seen from a team. I mean, they looked awful versus Tulane. Couldn't get anything going on offense. Couldn't stop him that much on defense as he'll throw it away here. I don't know why he didn't scramble. They need to make a quarterback change, in my opinion. Fancher's not doing it today. So 3rd and 4. You don't want to give it back to Temple again. As he's going deep, this one's just floated and knocked away. Nice job there. 7 sacks today for the Owls. Incredible. So looking to wrap it up here. As he cuts to the outside, Wilson jukes another one. And what a run. This is just going insane. Wilson's having a great game. Who isn't having a great game? As Joquez Smith checks back, and I don't want him in. We're going to actually use a timeout here and ensure he does not come back in. So a few of the backups coming in. We got Cruz in the backfield. Dante Wright's come out of the game as well. On 1st and 10. And a nice cut by Cruz. He's got some room and gets a 1st down. And that's going to do it for the game. Temple comes out and plays out of their mind here at home. 33-point victory, 21 in the 4th quarter. Just gave up 10 points to Florida Atlantic. No offensive touchdowns. The defense played outstanding. 7 sacks. Player of the game is Dante Wright. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns, 111 yards. He had the 2 bomb touchdowns. And this is just incredible to look at, especially coming off of last week. 333 yards compared to 83 on offense. Florida Atlantic, because of all the sacks, had negative rushing yards. 215 passing yards for Temple and 118 rushing yards. They did have the 2 turnovers, but it didn't seem to matter. They came through and had an incredible game. Forrest Brock, I mean, he had the 1 big touchdown, but other than that, kind of a rough game. And Evan Simon came in, went 3 for 3 with 2 touchdowns and 83 yards. Yeah, he might be starting next game. Joquez Smith had another Joquez Smith-esque game where he had 4.5 yards per carry. He had 2 touchdowns today. EJ Wilson did really good on his limited attempts yet again. Almost 10 yards per carry. And even Cruz had a nice 2 carries. And looking at receiving, Dante Wright had the huge 2 giant catches and 2 giant touchdowns, 55-yard average. John Adams was 3 for 41 in a score, and then Joquez Smith had 6 catches today. On defense, only 5 tackles is the leader. I mean, it's because they didn't run that many plays. But look at all the TFLs, 3 for Trey Thomas, 2 for Hay, 2 for Stewart, 3 sacks for Trey Thomas, 1 for Gene, 1 for Randall, 1 for Hay, 1 for Stewart. A huge game by the defense, and Morton had the pick 6. What a game, and what a game overall. Temple moves up to 6-4, 4-2 in conference. What more can you say? This team played out of their minds today, and with the 2 recruits visiting this week as well, that should boost them up and hopefully get them to commit to Temple. Taking a quick peek at our conference standings, that moves us up to 4-2 in conference. Some of these teams probably have not played yet this week because I haven't advanced yet, but Memphis is in first. They're 5-1 in conference. Charlotte and UAB both 4-1 in conference. If they do drop a conference game, we will be tied for 2nd in conference. Also notable, we did beat Florida Atlantic, but we lost to Tulane and East Carolina. I don't really know how it goes if you have a tied record. I'm assuming it's head-to-head, so we would definitely lose out versus Tulane and East Carolina, and we'd have the edge over Florida Atlantic if it came to that. Also over Tulsa too. So the huge turnaround versus Florida Atlantic this week. Next week we will see UTSA, who's having a pretty tough season. They're 4-5, but with that 6th win, we are now bowl eligible. Exciting stuff this week. It's really nice to see the offense come alive. But that's going to do it, guys, for the episode. I hope you enjoyed it. This was a really fun game to play. If you are enjoying the videos, please consider subscribing for more content. It really helps out the channel if you like the video as well. And I'm going to see you guys in the next one. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you in the next one.